Years ago, Knoxville native Tony Carnes was killed in the 9/11 terrorist attacks in New York City. He has not been forgotten.
For his sisters, there's still a lot of pain and no closure for them because they don't know how he died.
In a special report, WATE's Don Dare met Tony Carnes' family in 2001, and he sat down with them recently. Don.
Well, Lori, they told me that they can still hear Tony's voice and they really miss him. Since 2003, when the 9/11 memorial was dedicated in downtown Knoxville, a member of Tony Carnes' family has been to every ceremony, and they will be there again tomorrow morning. For them, 20 years ago seems just like yesterday.
Remember this one here on the bicycle?
Brenda Vandiver and her sister Gail Barker look at pictures and memorabilia of their brother, Tony Carnes. He was a 1982 Gibbs High School graduate working as a software trainer when he died as the first plane flew into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City on September 11th, 2001.
So we didn't really know what happened, didn't know where he was at the time, but he was like 10 to 15 minutes from the tower, from his apartment. So that would have put him either on his way or in the elevator, which I doubt if he had time to go to his office. People need to remember how these people died.
It's been 20 years, but your heart still aches.
I mean, that's a terrible thing to happen to anybody. I mean, he had no way to defend himself. I mean, he was an ordinary citizen going to work like everybody else.
Has there been closure?
No, because I don't know how he died.
Brenda says her little brother loved New York City, but he never forgot where he came from.
In '99, I guess it was, he'd gotten up to New York, and it was Thanksgiving time. He called me, and he said, "Sister, I can't find cornmeal." You couldn't find cornmeal in New York because he was going to make some cornbread.
There are 3 sisters in the family, then Tony. They would frequently visit their little brother at the Big Apple.
He was a software technician, traveled the country, training people. Then he got the call that he could go to New York, and he lived there for a couple of years before this happened.
And loved it.
Oh, yes, yeah. We would go up and have a ball. And I miss those trips. And that was his little pony that threw him off all the time.
Was that the one that Daddy brought home?
Yeah, yeah.
As Brenda and Gail remember those times with Tony, Gail's 5-month-old grandson, Thomas Anthony Barker, received his middle name after his great-uncle.
You know, there's been weddings in our family, and there's been births of children. We've got children from a few months old up to 11, and they don't know who he was. He was just a friendly, wacky person.
And you don't want people to forget.
No. But he was one of a kind. He was, I don't know, it's just hard.
Still.
And always will be. I mean, 20 years is 20 years, but still I keep thinking, you know, he'll come to see us.
He'll walk through that door.
Yeah.
Now, Brenda and Gail said they believe in their hearts that someday they will be reunited with their brother and they will have a lot of great stories to share. Etched in the stone of the memorial in Knoxville are the names of all the victims of the terrorist attacks 20 years ago tomorrow.